Hello, everyone. This is Jenna, your holistic enthusiast, and today's topic is basically I'll be giving you tips on changing your eating habits, which a lot of people need help with that. Okay, so if you're brand new, go ahead and put up an 81. If you are a regular watcher of my videos, please put up a 100. All I ask is for you guys to share the video. Also, hit the heart buttons as well. Let me know that you're vibing with the information. And also, you can always contribute monetarily by giving stars. And the way that you do that is you just hit the star button. Let's go ahead and hit it now. And you'll see something come up. And you can buy as little as 200 stars. Once you buy the stars, you just go ahead and you give back to the page. That way, I actually will get them, because sometimes people will buy them, but they don't give them back. Okay. All right. So if you're in, basically, if you're looking for ways to eat healthy, please put up a number 81. I see that you checked in. Thank you so much. I see you. Thank you. All right. If I don't call you guys out by direct name, just understand I do see you and I appreciate you coming in. All of my regulars, all of my people who are in my groups, thank you so much for contributing stars. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. So let me talk about a little bit about myself. What basically got me into this lifestyle of holism, because I talk about it all the time when I go live, but I don't think people actually know what holistic means. And so anybody who's watching me, I want you to know what it means. Basically, say that you have migraines and you want to talk to me. You say, you know what, I have migraines. I will ask you a series of questions, and then I would basically gather that information to figure out why you have migraines. And there's several reasons why people have migraines. It could be high blood pressure. It can be hormonal issues. It can be, diabetes. It could be stress. It could be a number of things. But one thing that I would not suggest is that you just go ahead and take pain relievers, because all that does is basically, I see you checking in. Thank you so much. All that does is prolong the problem. You want to get to the core of the problem. And so I've had clients that have had migraines, and it was due to the fact that their kidneys wasn't working well. So I would give them something, a regimen to help their kidneys to start to function well, and then the migraines will basically dissipate. And so that's why I love Holistic Life, because it gets to the core. You're not just treating the symptoms, okay? And so with myself, that I did that with myself years ago. I found out that I was dealing with type 2 diabetes, and I like to tell you that I've been dealing with type 2 diabetes basically my whole life, and I use minimal things that are traditional. I do all the holistic route, and I credit my health, I credit my strength and everything to the fact that I do things naturally. And so that's what I do in my videos. I encourage people to do things as natural as possible, because the body wants to heal. That is the number one thing that the body does. It heals. Okay. But you have to put the correct things in your body and treat yourself correctly, and all of that for it to happen. It doesn't do it on its own, especially when you get older. Things change. All right. So one thing that I did about changing my way of eating is, first and foremost, when I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes all of 18 years ago, I figured that sugar was the number one reason why I was dealing with diabetes, right? It doesn't take a rocket science to know that glucose is your sugar. So therefore, if I don't eat sugar, then I won't have high numbers, right? And that's basically what I did. I cut all sugars out. Sugars. I didn't know that carbs kind of act as sugar as well. You get what I'm saying? We'll get to that in a minute. All right. So that's to anybody who is watching this video. If you are a diabetic, the first thing you want to do is you want to lessen the sugar that you eat. That's what you want to do. You want to lessen the sugar. So that means not as much cake, not as much pies, not as cookies and candy and sweet drinks. Lessen it. Am I saying cut it out completely? No, I'm not saying that, because what happens is when we go and we say, you know what, I want to do a 30-day fast. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to do 1 week. I'm going to eat everything I want to eat. And then boom, I'm just going to cut it off and stop. Well, what do you think your body's going to do? It's going to say, excuse me, what are you doing? Around this time, we eat this, this, and this. And so since you're not going to put those foods in me, I'm going to make you miserable. I'm going to make you crabby. I'm going to make you lethargic and no energy. And I'm going to force you to feel like you need that type of food to keep you going. And so it's tough on a lot of people. And a lot of people who start those fasts, you never finish it because your body doesn't allow you to, you know. So you're like, oh, I wasn't strong enough. No, your body wasn't ready. And so we eat a lot of sugar. You can all look up this. You know, I've been studying this for years. We eat pounds and pounds of sugar, tons of sugar a year, you know. And sugar is addictive. It's addictive. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. It is very addictive. And so when you take it out of your system, your body is going to go through the same withdrawals as a person who is on some other substances would go through. Yes. And so you would have to be strong enough to endure that and understand that. So before, just use this video as a guide, but don't use this video as a reason to cut out anything. I'm not here to diagnose or anything like that. It's for informational purposes only, hopefully to inspire you to change some things that you're doing. But please consult somebody, consult your doctor or a consultant of holistic living to assist you through this. It's very I watch a lot of people, and every 5 minutes are saying, oh, I'm about to be on a diet. And they lose weight, and they look great, and they're like, oh, I look good. And then all of a sudden, they drop it, and then the weight comes back on. It's because a lot of people, first and foremost, you want to do an eating regimen because of how you feel. I see you. Thank you so much. I see you. Everybody who's saying hello, I see you guys. I just want to continue down the road and make this video to get this content. But guys, if you want to talk to me privately, you can always join myholisticcounselor.com. It's pinned. You can also basically email me if you would like as well. But don't email unless you really want to get in contact with me to become a member. But yeah, myholisticcounselor.com. Once you go ahead and you sign up there, you will be escorted into my private group in which I consult lots of people and how to deal with their health naturally. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's really a challenge to figure out what you need to do to get to your healthy. It is a challenge, and then I would suggest that you don't just jump into anything quickly. Think about it, do your research, have somebody to help you, because like I said before, you know, people will start, and then all of a sudden, you know, you'll see, oh, what happened to the weight loss? Okay, what happened? The worst thing you want to do is you do not want to start a new eating regimen, or what you would call a diet. I do not like that term, diet, just for the first 3 letters. Just go ahead and spell it out. I don't think they're real. Let me go ahead and drink some water. Thank you so much for those stars, guys. If I don't call you out directly by name, I do apologize, but sometimes I don't get all of the notifications when people give stars. But what I do is when I get off of here, or sometimes the admin will actually shout you out in the comments. So look out for the admins to actually shout you out in the comments, okay? But you don't want to use weight loss as a #1 reason to lose weight. Why? Just say, look, just go ahead and type up why. Say why, Jenna. Say why. Okay, so this is the why. I see you. Yeah, you guys are typing up why very, very fast. I get it. I get it. You want to know why? Well, let me drink some water. Okay, let me drink some water. Because when you don't see that weight come off as fast, then you won't want to drop it. Or some people, the weight comes off fast, right? The weight will come off fast, and then you feel like you've reached a goal and you did everything and you don't need to eat like that anymore. and then you go back to your old habits, and then the weight comes on. Okay, and so that's the number one reason why people want to change their ways of eating, is only because they want to lose weight. Your number one reason of wanting to eat better should be you want to feel better. And so that's a trick I do. If I eat something and all of a sudden, and what I'm saying can go for anyone, okay? I try to make it a blanket, say things that could be good for anybody, just so it can be safe. I know for a fact that drinking enough water for your body weight is going to carry you through the day and help flush your system and help you lose weight. I know that is for everyone. Okay, so one thing you want to do is, first of all, what I do is, if I eat something and I automatically feel sluggish afterwards, I don't want to eat that anymore. Sluggishness after eating is an indicator that you have eaten too many carbs at one time. It's just like basically the equivalency of just basically putting too much inside of a bag. You're trying to carry the bag and you're putting too much in it. And yes, the bag is formulated for you to carry things in. But if you overstuff the bag, the zipper could break, it could be too heavy, or basically the bag could break. And so basically that's what happens to our body. Yes, and I say that to say this. Our body needs carbs. So don't let anybody tell you, like these keto diets and all of that can be very dangerous for you, okay? You need carbs. And carbs does not necessarily mean the big mamas of the carbs, which is the potatoes, the rice, the noodles, the bread. Those are the 4 carbs that people automatically know that's a no-no. Okay, so yeah, of course, you don't need that. However, you do need the fruit. Fruit gives you carbs. Vegetables give you some carbs and things like that. So you do need carbs, but you don't need the extravagant amount of carbs. I would suggest that you guys start to read labels. Reading labels is your friend. When I say labels, I mean the nutritional facts on something. You want to read your labels. And so if you actually have a bag of rice, what's your favorite rice that you guys like to eat? Go ahead and type it up, the type of rice that you actually like to eat. I see a lot of people eat jasmine rice. And I'm not here to say what to eat and what not to eat, but quite frankly, when I ate jasmine rice years and years ago, my glucose was up like for a week. And when I say it was up, it was in the 200s or 300s. And I remember that. That was back in 2005. Somebody had told me jasmine rice is good and it's the best rice. And I took heed to that and went and tried jasmine rice. And it literally kept my sugar up for a week. And so I never touched jasmine rice again. And so I don't know if it's the type of rice jasmine rice is. I don't know if it's because it's white rice. I don't know. But I know that particular rice did not agree with me. Now, brown rice, on the other hand, in small doses is better on my glucose. But I would suggest that if you do eat rice and you're in a situation where you want to lose weight and you want to better yourself, to eat brown rice, because brown rice still has it's like a full nutrient. It has the hull on it. It has fiber. It has other stuff that's going to help it maybe not turn so quickly to sugar. And so I would suggest that you do that. And I think people generally know that, just like white bread versus wheat bread, even though it's some things that I found out about wheat bread that's not the best, because I have I deal with a wheat gluten allergy, which I think a lot of us do. If you have a gluten allergy, you would know it, like after you've eaten something that has wheat and all of a sudden you feel bloated, then you automatically know, okay, I don't need to eat this. And so what I'm trying to tell you is, as long as your body is giving you signs and symptoms of things as you're eating and as you're doing things, that's a good thing. You have to read it though. You have to abide by it. Does everybody have issues with wheat gluten? No. Start reading your labels. Start reading these are the things that I do when I purchase something that's in a bag, that's not fresh, that's prepackaged. I look at the sugar content. That's what I did back in 2003 when I became, when I found out I was dealing with diabetes. The first thing I looked at everything that I bought was the sugar content. And if the sugar content was high, I didn't purchase it. That's basically what I did. I see you. Thank you so much for checking in. That's what I did. But you also have to look at the carbohydrates, okay? And you also have to look at the sodium content. And you also have to look at the fat content. And you also have to look at, the fiber content. I mean, that's basically what you have to do. Look at everything on that label. And like, for instance, if it says per serving, something has over 10 grams of sugar, or I'm going to say over 9 grams of sugar, I wouldn't eat it. That's just me. And another thing is, if it was something that had 9 grams of sugar, I would go ahead and I would have a half of a serving. That's what I would do. I would do a half a serving. And so if I have to do all of that, I'd say typically then this particular food is not the best for me. Now, back in the day, I was strict, meaning that if I couldn't eat it freely, I didn't eat it. Well, there's not too many foods out here that you can eat freely and not pay for. Okay, so moderation is another thing that you have to incorporate into your new eating lifestyle. Because, of course, you want to say, I'm not going to eat this at all. But what happens is, just understand, when you restrict yourself from a particular meat or a particular group of food, you're restricting your body also from nutrients. Okay? And so one thing that we can kind of gauge by is to basically, if you're not active, if you're not exercising, if you don't basically get your body moving on a daily basis, then that means that whatever you're eating is going to stay in your system longer, versus a person who is very active. Whatever you eat will not stay in your body longer. So you can eat rice. I see you. Thank you so much, guys, for the stars, and thank you for the love, guys. So if you're a person who's saying that I don't want to eat meat, okay, if you're saying that I don't want to eat beef, just understand that you're also saying that you may not have enough iron. So people who are anemic, women who are anemic, women who have heavy cycles, just understand, when you cut out that whole thing of that whole space of meat, which is beef, which is notoriously known for the iron, just understand that you may have to incorporate other things in your diet that's maybe plant-based, like beans, like spinach. You're gonna have to incorporate